It usually starts around 2:45 in the morning. Not quite night anymore, not yet dawn either. The room is still quiet with that familiar weight of silence pressing on your chest. Outside, maybe a streetlight hums, maybe the branches move softly in the breeze. But inside, in your body, something stirs. Not from a dream, not from a noise, but from a need, your bladder. Again, you shift under the blanket, hoping it might pass. Maybe if you stay still, it'll just fade away, like a whisper in the dark. But it doesn't. You know it won't. So with a soft groan and aching knees, you sit up. The floor feels cold against your feet, and you begin that short but familiar walk down the hallway. Again, if you've ever felt this way, waking up night after night, your sleep broken, your rest stolen, leave a comment below. You're not alone, truly. More people than you think are quietly making that same walk every night in every town across this country, and most of them never talk about it. But maybe it's time we did. Because here's the thing no one warned us about. Getting older doesn't just change our bodies, it changes our nights. And not in the peaceful, cozy way people imagine. No, sometimes aging means waking up 6 times a night just to use the bathroom. It means going to bed anxious, knowing you'll be up again in a few hours. It means sitting in your dark kitchen at 4 a.m., sipping water carefully, trying to figure out why your body won't let you rest like it used to. This isn't just about having a small bladder or drinking too much tea. For many people over 60, especially men, but women too, it's a sign of something deeper. Our body's processing time, hormones, and food differently. Our bladders don't hold the same volume. Our pelvic floor muscles weaken. Our kidneys produce more urine at night instead of during the day. And for some, the prostate plays a role too. Aging changes everything, slowly, quietly, and often inconveniently. But here's where the hope begins. Because while many of these changes are natural, they're not necessarily permanent. And they're certainly not untouchable. Our bodies may slow down, but they're still listening, still learning, still capable of change if we speak to them gently and know how. And one of the simplest, most overlooked ways to start is with food. Yes, not pills, not surgery, just what we eat and when. I remember talking to a retired school principal from Manitoba, tall, kind eyes, always wore a cardigan even in July. She told me she hadn't had a full night's sleep in nearly 6 years. Every night, like clockwork, her bladder woke her 3, sometimes 4 times. Her doctor ran the tests, no diabetes, no infection, no serious condition, just normal aging. But it didn't feel normal to her. She said something I'll never forget. I'm 73, not broken. Why is everyone acting like it's just my lot in life to never sleep again? That's when her daughter, a nurse, suggested something strange. Pumpkin seeds. Not the salted kind from convenience stores. Not pumpkin pie filling either. Just plain roasted pumpkin seeds. A small handful, 30 minutes before bed. It sounded like nonsense at first, but she was willing to try anything. And so she did. The first night, still up twice. The second, once. By the 5th night, she slept straight through until 6:15 a.m. No bathroom trip, no soggy eyes, just rest. Honest, full, warm rest. Now, I know what you might be thinking. How can pumpkin seeds possibly help with nighttime urination? The answer lies in how our bodies respond to minerals, oils, and muscle signals, especially as we age. Pumpkin seeds are rich in zinc, magnesium, tryptophan, and phytosterols, compounds that quietly work together to support prostate health, hormone regulation, nervous system balance, and bladder control. Let's break that down. Zinc plays a central role in supporting the prostate, especially for men. A 2011 study published in Therapeutic Advances in Urology found that men with enlarged prostates, benign prostatic hyperplasia or BPH, often had lower levels of zinc in their blood and tissue. Zinc helps reduce inflammation and modulates testosterone metabolism, both crucial for reducing pressure on the bladder. Magnesium, on the other hand, supports muscle relaxation, and that includes the detrusor muscle of the bladder wall. When magnesium levels are low, which they often are in older adults, the bladder can become overactive, sending go now signals even when it's not full. This is especially helpful for women who may experience urgency and frequency postmenopause due to hormonal shifts. Phytosterols in pumpkin seeds have been clinically shown to reduce prostate swelling and improve urinary flow. In fact, a study in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that men who took pumpkin seed extract daily had significantly fewer nighttime bathroom trips. Tryptophan, an amino acid found in pumpkin seeds, is a precursor to serotonin and melatonin, 2 chemicals essential for sleep. When consumed in the evening, it helps support deeper rest, which in turn helps reset the body's natural circadian rhythm of urination. It's not magic, it's nourishment. If this is the first time you're hearing about the power of pumpkin seeds, drop a comment below. Just write, pumpkin seeds, and let us know if you're curious to try. Danyan. And it works best when paired with gentle changes, less caffeine after 2 p.m., less liquid in the 2 hours before bed, and a warm body, well supported by food and routine. One woman in Victoria told me she lights a small candle beside her bed every evening as she eats her seed mix, pumpkin, flax, and a few sunflower seeds. She says it's her signal to her body that it's time to settle, time to rest. and she sleeps better now than she did at 55. It's not just the seeds, it's the ritual, the intention. I think sometimes in all the noise of modern medicine, we forget how much power lives in the small things, in the food we eat, in how we close our day, in the stories we tell our bodies before sleep. Have you ever felt like your nights were broken into fragments, like puzzle pieces that never fit? That each time you finally drift off, something pulls you back. Bladder, thoughts, worry, age. You're not alone in that. But I'll tell you something that may surprise you. The bladder is not the enemy. It's just the messenger. It's your body whispering, something's not right. Help me. And we can help, gently, through care, through food, through listening. There was a widower in Quebec who used to sleep in his recliner, not because he couldn't lie down, but because the bathroom was closer that way. He said he got tired of stumbling through the dark. Said he didn't want to fall. He was 68 and strong, but tired and scared. His daughter, a nutritionist, changed just two things. First, she added a warm herbal tea with marshmallow root and corn silk before bed, both known for their soothing effects on the urinary tract. Second, she gave him a mix of ground pumpkin seed and flax blended into unsweetened yogurt an hour after dinner. He didn't believe it would work. He told her so. But 2 weeks later, he was back in bed. Said he felt like his life had returned, like his house was a home again, not a maze of nighttime rituals. If you've ever tried any natural remedies like this, let us know in the comments. Others might learn from you. I don't tell you these stories because I think food is a cure-all. I tell you them because they're real, because too often we overlook what's right in front of us. Sleep isn't just about being tired. It's about healing. Our brains detoxify at night. Our hearts slow, our digestion resets, our cells repair. When we lose sleep, especially deep sleep, everything else in the body begins to suffer. And when that loss comes from something as preventable as poor bladder signals or weak pelvic function, it's a tragedy we can change. But sometimes change begins with the smallest things, like a handful of pumpkin seeds, or a simple evening habit practiced with care, or deciding, finally, that you deserve better sleep. Not just because you're tired, but because rest is your right, because age should not mean surrender, and because your body, even now, is listening. I think there's a quiet rebellion in choosing to believe we can feel better, even at 60, even at 70, even at 85, especially then. So tonight, maybe you try something different. Maybe instead of that usual cookie or salty snack, you try a small bowl of roasted, unsalted pumpkin seeds. Maybe you warm the room a little. Dim the lights. Let your body know. It's time. Not just for sleep, but for healing. And if you try it, if you feel even a small change, tell us. Share your story in the comments. You might just help someone else who's been walking that hallway alone at 3 a.m. wondering if anyone understands. And if something in today's video resonated with you, maybe consider joining us here on Comfort Corner. Because aging isn't the end of the story. Sometimes it's where the best part begins. And if tonight, after watching this, you try a small bowl of pumpkin seeds, if even just one moment of stillness returns to your night, tell us. Truly. Leave a comment below, because someone else might be sitting in their quiet kitchen right now, unsure, exhausted, searching. And your story might be the one that helps them feel a little less alone. And if something in this story felt familiar, the cold floor at 3 a.m., the weight of silence, the hope for change, consider subscribing to Comfort Corner. We share these stories each week, not to give answers, but to remind you, you're not invisible, you're not broken, and you're never too old to feel well again. Until next time, sleep gently, eat kindly, and know that healing begins in small, powerful ways.